since it was introduced by Charlie Lee in 2011, Litecoin has proven its strength and been around through multiple market cycles. With the current state of oil and the economy, what does this mean for the price of Litecoin? Hey everyone, it's John at Real John Doe from Currency.com. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the video, hit the like and subscribe button. So for a minute here, let's talk about Litecoin. So Litecoin is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. It's simple, it's trusted, and built on a good backbone. To me, Litecoin is to Bitcoin what silver is to gold. Litecoin has been under the radar with not too many major headlines since the halving in 2019. Prior to that, it went on a nearly 350% rally coming up to the halving. And those are the type of things that Litecoin gives that the community enjoys. So today we're going to have a look at the Litecoin chart all the way back to day one and see how it's been trending since then, and also find where it's holding that current bottom strength. So since Litecoin is a mineable cryptocurrency that didn't come from all the ICO hype and also is pretty much a clone of Bitcoin, the price is strongly correlated with Bitcoin. So for example, if we had a $100,000 Bitcoin, we would more than likely see Litecoin at an all-time high price. Litecoin was not around for the recession in 2008, but it's been around for multiple market cycles in crypto, and it still proves to show value. 2020 has been a rough start for the global economy, and we're seeing oil prices that we've never seen before, and it's all impacting crypto too. So what does the current market cycle mean for Litecoin? Is it going to continue the range until a major bull run starts, or is this time going to be different and it's not going to make it through? Let's pull up the chart. Let's have a look and see what we can find out. Here's the Litecoin chart. I couldn't get it to load all the way back to 2011, but I do have it loaded exactly 1 year ago. And we're going to look at those major price points and what's been holding as a support for Litecoin and what we can see for the trend to come. So exactly 1 year ago today, we bottomed out from the last trend and we began going up. That was down here at $72. Began trending upwards right into the halving, and then right before, about a month before halving, we stopped around this range here at 140, and then the halving happened right here on August 5th, and this is where we tried to make a new high, but the trend continued downwards. Litecoin then made it down to this range here, which has been a support for Litecoin over the years, where it likes to sit at, and anything above usually that $50 range, the trend is usually strong upwards. But as soon as it gets close to $50, that's usually when you can expect some sideways price action like what you see here. So let's put a year-to-date trend line, kind of see where you would expect a breakout. If you see the range that it's at today, this is a really strong support because it's been held off previous years. But we did have a breakdown here. So if this trend continues and tests that support again and breaks down, then you can expect Litecoin to finally make new lows on the long-term trend. With the current levels it's sitting at right now, around $40, that has become a new support. Regardless that it broke down that previous trend line, what I would still be looking for it to break out be around this price range here from this head and shoulder pattern. But if it continues to break down and find a new low from that March 12 break of support, then we could be looking into new downside prices for Litecoin. If you have a look here at the MACD, you can see we had a cross here on February 16th that brought us down to that new low that we found for the year. And it crossed back up here on March 22nd, it continued a way up. So if you zoom into today's date here on the MACD, you can see that it just crossed on the daily close about an hour ago. And we're going to have to see how strong this support that it's been holding on to is. So if this breaks and the histogram continues a downtrend, then we can expect new low prices for Litecoin. I got the daily chart pulled up here as far as I could. It's looking back all the way to March 31st, 2017. The range we're at right now, this currently serves as a lifeline for Litecoin. If this were to break, then we would more than likely see the $20 range for Litecoin and potentially lower. Litecoin has had 5 spikes up. And if this were to break and we make our ways down here, and I would expect another bounce up to bring us back to this range that has been a long-term support. It would then be after we get back to this support line, if it were to break down, that's when we would then see if it's going to continue up to this range and continue the trend. Last time we were at this price range and the MACD crossed, we found a new low. And it seems like we're in that same scenario right now, possibly. MACD has just crossed. And as you know, the more times a support or resistance line gets tested, the weaker it becomes. Right now, looking at this chart, I'm not really thinking Litecoin making new highs anytime soon. I'm just thinking to make sure it has that support to maintain this level that it's been at. So the MACD is telling me right now this is not a good sign, but that could be irrelevant based on everything that's going on in the world and the Bitcoin halving coming up. Because if you look here, when we were going into the Litecoin halving, we had a nearly 350% gain right up to this top. The Bitcoin halving's coming up, and we could also do the same thing and have a nice surge up, break this resistance line, and continue our way to this next high and make another way back down to this support. The price is currently sitting under the whole moving average, but as you can see, it does happens quite often that it crosses, so it's more choppy than the MACD. It's telling us right now, along with the MACD, that we're not looking at a good picture here. We got the MACD not showing us a good sign, the whole moving average not showing us a good sign. One more thing I want to look at is right here. This is also not a good sign. This is a bear flag. So we would need to break out of this bear flag pretty soon. If not, we will break down the price. The thing is that matters most is definitely how strong that support is for Litecoin. What I'm going to be looking for in Litecoin right now is not if it's going to break out to a new all-time high. What I'm watching is the strength of that support, that long-term support that it's had over the years. Let me just do a little sketch on the scenario that the indicators are kind of showing right now. Let's say right now we continue ranging here. The MACD is saying down. The Hall moving average is also saying down. So let's say we make our ways still sideways for a little bit, and it does not break out of this bear flag and make a new low right below that previous support. If we did make it to a new low under that previous support, I would probably then be a buyer, because what I would expect then is more than likely this to flip and go back and flip it to support again. But let's say the indicators are wrong right now and the Bitcoin halving goes in our favor and everything gets better in the next few weeks or so, then what I would expect Litecoin to do is still hold this range and then going right into the Bitcoin halving, test this previous high where it tested in the beginning of the year and continue its way up. I would be looking at this range right around here, $100, as a new resistance. So that's it for now. Hit the subscribe button. Tune in to more of our videos. Also, don't forget, hit the thumbs up. It's John from Currency.com.